Welcome back to EDI Sports Cards. We're going to do two things in this video. The first is I'm going to show you my pickups for the Arizona Card Show that was over the weekend, 24th, 25th, and 26th of March of 2023. And then the second thing, if you stay to the end, I'm going to give another YouTube channel recommendation that I think that you should be watching. I've been seeing a whole bunch of videos, and honestly, I think that this YouTuber is onto something. So hopefully you'll go and check out his channel and leave me a comment if you do afterwards on this video and tell me what you think about the videos that he's making. Again, we'll get to that at the end of this video. So are you ready to see what I picked up at the show last weekend? Here we go. All right, so we're going to start with the small cards first. So there was a bunch of stuff that I'm trying to fill in my PC. And so my overall vision for my PC is that I would like to be able to have sort of a historical record through the decades. And what I mean by that is, so my background academically is in American history. I've always been into history. And so I particularly enjoy the historical aspect of collecting and sports cards, mainly baseball, although I've gotten more into hockey as well. My number one sport at this point watching is hockey. But I've been a huge baseball fan my entire life. I wrote, thesis papers back in college on baseball. I actually wrote a thesis on the history of the World Series. So these are the kinds of things that I particularly like looking at. So I'm filling in gaps. I also happen to be from New York, and so I'm a big Mets fan, and so I'm filling in stuff that goes with that. So the first three cards happen to be the 1970 World Series cards. So there are, I believe, 5 insert World Series cards from that set. So we've got 307 first, 308, and then 310. So as you can see, I'm missing 305, 6, and 9. So I'm still looking for those from the 1970 set. Another small end card is a Mookie Wilson rookie card. Another small card, a bit more modern, we've got a Pete Alonso in action. That's a archives card. We've got an Acuna Heritage. We're going back old school again, so back to the Mets. So a Swoboda Tug McGraw rookie. We're going Cubs. Love the Cubbies with Ron Santo, one of the greatest third basemen in Cubs history. You got to have a Santo in your collection if you're going to have a collection at all. So I may do some videos on the best first baseman, best second baseman, best third baseman. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but you got to have a Santo if you're going to do that. So here's 2 more Mets, again, small cards. So here's a 65 Ed Kranepool. And then the last one is a 64 Choo Choo Coleman. So what I've been focusing on specifically with the Mets is trying to get that championship team from '69 is to get the first year of them when they got to the Mets. So Choo Choo was 64, Swoboda and Tug McGraw was 65, and so just kind of tracking the first year that they go to the Mets, so you kind of see like how they built the team. So anyway, so that's the thing. Now here's the 2 big cards that I picked up. So the first we're going to do is a 1960 Roberto Clemente. And then the second one is the 1969 Nolan Ryan. All right. Now, the other thing that I picked up, if you saw the other video that I did from the show, is I did pick up this case from Zion, and I think it's awesome. So this is the cube. I'll open it up so you can kind of see like inside. So this holds around 70 cards. Again, for a lightweight case, this is very lightweight. Like literally, if I filled this up, this isn't going to be too heavy. This may be like 20 pounds filled. So for a card show box that I can bring a bunch of stuff to the show, I have a much bigger case, which to be honest, I'm going to use just to hold my PC, just to keep it organized. This will be my card show box. And so I can bring this to a show. I can keep everything secure. It also has a lock on it, which is great. So that's what I picked up at the Arizona show. And again, thank you for Zion cases. They're a great, now I paid for that. I want to make sure there's no sponsorship, but that's a great case. I want to thank Zion for making great cases, and hopefully they continue. They did tell me they're going to have some new products coming out, and I can't wait to see what they got. All right, you ready for the second part of this video? Here we go. We're going to give a recommendation for a new YouTuber. Well, you know what? I don't know how long he's been on YouTube, but he's definitely putting out content that I highly recommend. And so the name of this channel is called Carlson Cards. Apparently he's out in Wisconsin. And what I really like are these particular videos. So you're going to take a look here. So there's all of these PSA grading videos, and then there's PSA to eBay, and his strategy to sell cards to build his collection.
I've touched on this a few times, but this is kind of the last topic I'm going to talk about. So my strategy with eBay is to do buy it nows or best offer. If you look on my page, you will see that. Now, the reason I do that is because I got very sick of auctions, right? You really can't make money doing auctions. They're going to end super cheap. No problem of anybody, right? I guess that's what the card's worth if you're auctioning and it's going for that price. But it just felt like a losing gamble, right? A lot of the cards I was selling at auction would go to somebody who buys it and then sells it for more. And I didn't want that. I want to be that guy who sells it for more or sells it directly to a collector. So buy it now, best offer gives me that opportunity, which is really nice. It's slower, obviously, but my goal here is to really just build a big store so that, again, I can sell a Jerry Rice Orange Prism, which is awesome, and use the money as I see fit for my collection.
So I think that's a great idea. I really think that you guys should check it out. I would love to hear your comments on what you think about his channel. And again, let him know that I sent you over there. Again, so say, hey, EDI sent us over here. We like your content. Maybe reach out to me. I would love to do a one-on-one with him because I think that he's really catching on to something that is so vital in the hobby for collectors, is how do you fund your collection? Because I mean, you could spend thousands and thousands of dollars on cards, but at the end of the day, if you're just spending all the money that you're earning, that's not really a good idea to do with your cash, because again, you can put it into this card, but now you own the card. So again, there's nothing wrong with that, but this isn't liquid. This isn't cash. You can't just go to a card show and expect to get what you just paid for it. In fact, you're probably going to get less than what you paid for it if you go to a dealer. The only way you're really going to get like close to what you paid for it is if you go to maybe eBay, but you still got to have a following. You're going to have to do a lot more work if you want to get the money back out of this. So as I'm building a YouTube channel, I'm building followers, and you guys are watching the stuff that I'm doing. So there's a potential that I could actually sell some of the stuff that is a little bit more rare. It's not, it's not common stuff. It's not stuff that you're going to see at a card show. So that's the tough part about being able to be in the hobby and being able to fund your collection, is you have to have a way to get out of cards that you don't want to get out of. And so Carlson's Cards goes into that. I highly recommend them. I want to thank everybody for joining. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.